purchased a fourplex here in South Texas, and just let me know a little bit more about yourself, Joseph.
Sure. So I'm 32. I'm a healthcare professional, and so is my wife. So a lot of education, schooling. So probably about 8-10 years of schooling. So the last couple of years, been working, kind of saving up our money, and got into real estate basically. So
Okay, so what gave you the drive to start moving real estate as your vehicle of choice? Like, why did you choose it?
Sure. So real estate for me, I like it, and I'm kind of new to it, so I'm getting into it. So I do still do some of the traditional investments, three-fund portfolio, bobbleheads, white coat investors, podcasts, I listen to all that kind of stuff, backdoor Roth IRAs, solo 401ks, all that stuff. But that's, to me, kind of my safety net backup. Real estate is where I think you can really make wealth. And all the other stuff I talked about is just, it can be speculative, or the way I do it is kind of boring. But this is the way that people have created wealth. Create wealth, which is what I want to do. And with healthcare, we get compensated pretty well. But it's the time factor. Right?
Okay.
The kids grow up, and you might miss them because you're doing this, you're doing that. But with real estate, you put in the work up front.
Yeah.
And then, of course, over time, it gets more passive. You set up the systems. And again, the buzzword right now is financial independence. Everyone wants to hit that. I want to be able to go to work because I want to, because I love what I do, which I do.
Yeah.
But I just don't want to get burned out. A lot of high-income healthcare professionals, they can get burned out, and then they just want to stop. So, I just want to keep loving what I'm doing, enjoy working for my patients, and not having to freak out about money. So the other thing too is, real estate, it's fun. It's like a hobby that you can actually get wealthy with. You get to meet good people. There are meetups all the time, and it's just another way to connect. And it's nice having like this group of people, and then you're gonna go hang out with this group of people. So it's just, for me, kind of a balance, and I really like that.
Was there like a certain book or someone in your family that has done real estate that just said, oh, you know what, this clicks for me, this seems like the numbers work? Was there anything like that happened to you?
I wouldn't say it's one particular thing. I did have a great aunt growing up, and we'd go to Mexico, that's where my mom's family from, and she would have some rentals, my great aunt would, and so we'd go and we'd collect rent, but just knocking on doors and cat and stuff, and then she'd go and do all her accounting. Oh, that's so cool. And she's kind of doing all that, but no, just Rich Dad Poor Dad, like everyone says, is a great book. But I'm a big reader, so I'm always listening to audiobooks, podcasts, just anything. Fun fact for anyone who lives in Texas, you can get a free Houston library card. You just Google Houston library card, you put in your driver's license. They have a big selection of free audiobooks. They don't have too many real estate books, but just all kinds of stuff, nonfiction, self-help. And then Libby is the free app, and you can listen to books up to 3x speed, so you can really go through all kinds of stuff. So I listen to all the Bigger Pockets podcasts.
That's a big help.
It's huge. All the White Coat Investor, which is kind of different. I've read a lot of financial books. I've read a lot of real estate investing books. There's great ones. I was showing you about the locks and the cylinders that come out. Bigger Pockets recommended a book, Landlording on Autopilot by Mike Butler. Very good book.
Okay.
And he basically has 2 or 3 pages about how he set up his system with these keys. I don't know if you want me to go into the keys a little bit right now.
We'll do a B-roll on it, and then we'll show it. Is there anything you're reading right now that's real estate or non-real estate related?
So right now, I'm self-managing, and so this unit that we're in right now was vacant. I had it vacant for about a week. I priced it pretty competitively. I marketed it on Turbo Tenant, which was free, and it's fantastic.
TurboTenant.com?
Turbo Tenant, it was great.
Okay.
So I was able to get my own website through there, and it would post to all these other websites, including Facebook Marketplace, where 95% of my leads came through. And I would get an email. It was very nice. And so I probably had this on the market for 4 or 5 days. I already have good quality tenant. They're moving in, signing the lease. So the long answer to your question is I'm spending a lot of time right now with property management. So I've been rereading Brandon Turner's book, the book on managing properties. Rental properties. And so I've read it before, but just going back and individually saying, okay, what do I do in this, for pre-screening or this or that? And it's just, I do all digital formats of books, audiobooks, paper books, but something like this with the step-by-step.
Okay.
I like to have the paper book because then I can highlight it, I can reference it, I can close it. So I'm kind of old school like that. So that's what I've been looking at right now.
So a year before you purchased this fourplex. So what did you do to prepare yourself? What did you get? Was it something with your credit score? Did you save money? How did you do it?
Yeah, so a lot of it was just education, and so we're 2021 now. I'd say all of 2019 is when I was going through all the Bigger Pockets podcasts, reading all the books.
Okay.
Last year, 2020, is when I kind of made that conscious effort from learning to action.
Yeah, putting it into work.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so networking, meeting people. Then I met, my Boone real estate agent.
Yeah.
And so he really kind of helped me with this purchase, my first purchase.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I don't know if there was any one thing in particular, but from all the books, I knew that I had to have, good credit score, got to have, enough money in the bank, which we do. So just checking all the boxes so that I'd be ready to go.
Okay.
And then, analyzing deals, like they say. I was analyzing lots of deals, and then even this property, the agent didn't tell me about it. I was just looking, and then I made an offer, and I was like,
How did you search this property?
oh yeah, so MLS, I really like Redfin.
Okay, Redfin. Yeah.
Another free app. Obviously, I like free apps.
No,
Technology.
there's no problem. Sometimes the wealthiest people use things that are free or low cost.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not the flashiest people.
But what I really liked about Redfin is it gave the numbers that an investor wants to know.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I kind of knew, and I tried to. Well, my criteria was I wanted to be at least 1%, preferably 1.10%. And so basically, the 1% rule is if rents for a property, fourplex are coming in at $1,500 a month.
Yeah.
You don't want to spend more than $150,000, basically.
Yeah. You want to get 1% of the rent every month.
Correct.
Forever until the 30 years are up.
And of course, throughout that time, inflation, rents are going to
Yeah,
go up.
yeah.
Areas will hopefully get nicer, appreciate. There's only so much land and everything. So.
Yeah, one of the fourplexes that I purchased last year, I bought for $250,000. Now the same area apartments, almost the exact same, are selling for $298,000. So almost a $50,000 increase in the last 12 months because because interest rates are so low right now. People want to get in. They're looking to invest their money somehow.
Yeah, the other good thing, and I think with Bigger Pockets, we said that real estate investing is ideal, and it's income. You get income.
Yes.
You get depreciation. You get equity pay down. You get appreciation, which is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And then the last one, L, is leverage. And so leverage can be a two-way sword. You can cut, for good or for bad, but a lot of times if you do it wisely, it helps grow the wealth, and that's
and for leverage, we're talking about putting so much money down for something like a larger purchase, so you can make your money work for you. We're not talking about like margin in real estate and stocks where you're putting 50% down, and it could go up and down, and then a margin call. It's a completely different story. But yeah, where you want to use your money to grow more money and more wealth over time.
That's right.
Yeah. So you owned this property for how long?
So I purchased this property in October of last year. That's 2020, and right now we're in March 2021. I bought it during the pandemic last year.
Yeah.
And so, the first purchase, I kind of wanted to look at all the properties, and my real estate agent was like, you know what, you really don't have to worry too much about that because here in Texas they have a contingency period. He's like, so you can put an offer on a property, and then
you can walk through it. You can check the rent rolls. You can see if they are really paying what they're saying. There's a lot of speculation that you have here in Texas. We're a great state. Yes, we're a red state, and that gives us benefits. Yeah,
yeah.
And as one of like I said, look at the landlords in California. They can't evict right now because they have they don't have that option. They have to wait till the court system's open again. Texas opened up right away. And that gave us the leverage to not have to worry about waiting months and months to evict a tenant or move forward.
So I don't know if you want me to go into the specifics of the purchase itself.
Sure, we can if you want. Yeah, that'd be great.
So basically, what I did was I was looking for my criteria. I wanted at least 1.1%, right?
Yeah.
We can go over how that works later, but this property fit the bill, and so I reached out to my agent. I said, "Yeah, I want to put an offer in on the property." He said, "Great." And so I think they wanted like $280 for it, And what's nice, what I didn't really know is I was looking at the rents, so I had an idea of how much the rents were, but I didn't know that 2 of the 4 units were 3-bed, 2-bath.
Okay, yeah.
So that was a nice surprise.
Yeah.
So I didn't really know that when I was initially doing my numbers, but anyway, they wanted 180. I think I offered 165. They came back with 170.
180,000?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, 180K.
Okay.
And so offered 165,000. They came back with 170,000, and then I got them to go give me $2,500 in concessions, which was
Okay,
pretty
yeah,
nice.
yeah. I mean,
But the other thing that helped was I came in really strong with the earnest deposit.
okay.
So like 7,500 earnest deposit that
Yeah.
I'm gonna close, but that's I was able to
Closing in 30
negotiate
days, we're gonna get everything done, we're gonna get an inspector, we're getting everything right away, I'm not gonna
That's
bail
right.
out, and this is what I'm here to have to offer. And that's great, that's really
Yep.
great. Yeah, so, like you said, the other side has 3 bedroom, 2 baths, and this
That's
side has 2 bedroom, 2 baths.
Yeah, and then there's 2 duplexes. So we're in a duplex right now. The other duplex is basically the same thing, just kind of turned.
Yeah, reversed.
Yeah.
What do you see the future goals, like what do you see like the future rents? Do you feel like they're gonna increase over time, like with inflation, so like 2%, you feel like you're gonna increase $20 a year? $100 a year. Have you looked that forward in the future?
I really hadn't. I just know that the 3-bed, 2-bath were under market rent.
Yeah,
So in
yeah.
the last 6 months, for the total of the 4 units, I've increased rent, probably $100.
Okay, that's good.
I'm fixing stuff too. There's a lot of deferred maintenance, and so the
Yeah.
tenants like the stuff's working and clean, and so yeah, they're cool. And the other thing I really like is long-term tenants here, and a lot of them are month to month.
Okay.
And so if it's not working for me or for them, we just go our separate ways. But
Yeah.
so far I'm treating them well, and they're paying on time. Apartments.com, formerly Cozy, is how I
Yeah,
put out prices.
cozy.co, yeah, like
It's bought out by Apartments.com.
yeah, a lot of people really enjoy that app. I use that app myself. It helps, it helps you see when people are paying their rent. That gives them automatic payments. If there's anything else that you need to charge them for, you can charge them through that app. If you have any expenses, you can use that app. I'm not sponsored, but I'm just saying, yeah. How did you find out how much people were renting the apartments for in the neighborhood to raise the rent?
Yeah. So Facebook Marketplace is really great in terms of listing the property, and then also to find comparables.
Yeah.
Just a lot of the other apps out there or websites, Realtor, Julia, Zillow,
Okay.
Redfin,
Yeah.
and networking too. So I know some property management companies down here, just kind of getting to know them. So I send them some emails. Hey, what's the rent going here? Or
Yeah.
real estate agents that also invest. Hey, what's the rent for this area? You kind of get all that information, and then you kind of make your best decision. And at least for me with this initial one, I want to be a little more conservative, so my rents were a little bit lower, just so I could have a bigger pool of tenants, so I could be a lot more strict with my qualifying standards, which were pretty strict.
And you had, you said you had earlier 32 leads when you set this up?
Yeah, so I posted on last Friday. It went live Saturday afternoon, and then by I think yesterday at noon there was like 32 leads, and that's just people on Facebook Market say, hey, I'm interested, I want to see the property, but most of them, they really don't want
It
to see
doesn't come
the
to
property.
fruition, yeah, like sometimes it doesn't come to what they say they're gonna do, which is fine, but you did find a tenant and they'll be moving in here this week.
Yeah, and
So that's exciting.
Yeah, and it was just good to work on my systems and find out how Turbo Tenant worked, and then how to get those leads, and then how to send them emails or send them direct texts, just so the response rate would be higher. Because of course, real estate, when you're trying to find off-market deals, they always talk about funnels and lead generation. So
Yeah. So we learned that we have a lot of big things, a lot of big words here. So if you have any questions,
Sure.
if you have any questions, you can always leave them in the comments below. What are your goals in the next 5 or 10 years? Where do you see yourself moving in real estate?
Sure. So for now, I'm going to take it slow with the real estate, because with my job, there's some opportunities, some purchasing opportunities, and the place where I'm working, I want to buy them, and there's a building where we practice out of, and I want to buy that too, and that's a pretty big chunk of change because that's commercial. But right now I'm 32, so by the time I'm 40, I want to have at least 10 units.
Okay,
So at 4, I want to do what's called a BRRRR by the end of the year. So buy a single family house that needs some work. It's just, for example, so buy for 50K.
Yeah.
Let's say it needs 20K of work, rehab. So I'm 70K into it, and then I find someone who rents it, right? And so maybe it's $700 a month, and then I do a refinance, And if it appraised at 100,000, I get 70% back. I get my 70K out. I don't have any money in the deal.
Yeah, and then you can go and do it right over again.
Yeah.
And over and over and over, as long as the bank allows it, you know?
Exactly. So I want to try doing one of those this year. Of course, it's kind of finding the deals, and I may be working with a buddy of mine who may start, looking for some off-market deals, which is a whole other topic. But
yeah. You know, you got to continue to grow this business. You got to continue to grow your own personal business. You know, it's constantly moving. Wealth doesn't just stay in one spot. There's always different avenues that you can always take to build wealth.
And between 40 and 50 is when I really want to grow and have things kind of settled. You know, my practice and office and everything. Then I want to go from 10 units to 100 units, and I'm okay going bigger. But you know, I have the systems now in the network, and if I have opportunities, you know, I'm going to take them, right?
Yeah, of course.
That's how it is.
You know, we want to go, if there's a deal, you want to be able to have money saved and jump on the deal. You don't want to be able to, you know, scramble and not find the financing, or scramble and not to get the deal that you really want. If there's a will, there's a way. I mean, there's money out there. You have to, even if you have to do a partnership or a joint venture with somebody. I mean, those are something in the future that you probably want to do.
And just real estate, for me, I think it's always good to always be networking, always talking to lenders, always talking to other investors, because they might have a deal, they might not have the cash right now. So you can figure stuff out, or you know, someone has questions. You know, it's nice to have somebody you can ask questions to.
Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for checking out my latest video. If you have any comments or any questions below, you know, like and subscribe, and thank you very much.
Let me know.
Yeah, go ahead. And this just changes the locks right away.
I can go into more about the systems later. All right, so come on in and let's check it out. So this is the living room. We got it repainted, and we have kind of yellow soft lights in here. And then over here, we have the kitchen, nice big kitchen, appliances. We got the stove range, we got the microwave here, the window for the tenants to do the dishes, have something to look at. It's nice, there's actually a school back there, you can see the kids playing on the playground. So, pretty nice view. I do like that. We get lots of families here. We do have an outdoor area. I'd like to take a look, but it's got some grass back there. It's fenced in, so if kids want to run around outside and play, they can do that. And then, of course, this is the kitchen area. Something else that's nice is we have a washer and dryer in the unit. So they can use it for additional storage. Of course, you gotta have a fire extinguisher, and this just comes with it, so they don't have to worry about buying their own, bringing their own, or going somewhere to do their laundry. And so this unit is a 2-bed, 2-bath. Right here we have the AC unit, so this is nice because it can just get serviced. You don't have to crawl up in the attic or anything. And then changing the air filters down here is pretty straightforward. Just have to bend down. If you want to come in here, we have the master bedroom. So this is a 2-bed, 2-bath apartment. And so we got new paint here. We have really nice sized closets. And as soon as I'll let you take a look, walk-in closets. So plenty of space. And again, we usually get mostly families renting here. It's usually pretty quiet, so they like that. Long-term tenants too, which is great. Here's the master bath. Turn on all the lights here. And so, of course, this has a bathtub. And any parent knows you gotta have a bathtub, especially if you have young kids or you're expecting, which a lot of my tenants seem to be, they're expecting. So come over here, and we have the hall bathroom. And so it's nice, you have a little shower in here. And so a little bench, you can take a seat, probably nice and cool. And then, pretty standard bathroom. And then we got the second bedroom over here. Got a window, and they have a walk-in closet also. So sometimes the rental properties are kind of short on closet space, but here it's got plenty of closet space. And so that's pretty much it.